Hello, and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for December 12th. We are looking at the Euro USD pair first. If you notice, the Euro USD has just been rocketing to the upside. Had some three strong sessions in a row after our gap down. So if you're in our gap trade, you're up over 183 pips on that additional lot. We've already exited out 40 pips on that trade to profit. So gaps very, very exciting and profitable. Now on the 4-hour time frame, I've drawn a trend line. Now I'm dropping down to the 15-minute to go over what we're looking for during this next session. You can see that we've had a little bit of a trend line drawn here. You can see it is drawing pretty tight in this range. Basically, we're looking for a reversal pullback play. Not sure it will happen, but from a pip standpoint, right now the lowest amount would be from the 130.58 mark, grabbing 30 pips to the downside, and you could put your stop loss either 16 pips, about 15 pips right above the previous high where resistance is located. Depending on when it is broken, you may need to adjust that a little bit, but essentially looking for a 1 to 2 risk to reward there. Looking to short currently right here around the 130.58 mark. Looking for it to come down to this trend line, which is around the 130.29 mark. Looking to grab 30 pips worth of profit and only risking about 15. Now, like I said, as time moves on the 15-minute time frame, this is going to need to be adjusted a little bit. Our projection as far as our take profit gets larger with time, and you will need to adjust your stop loss. So that's what we're looking at. Now, as far as news announcements, we do have some significant news announcements being released tomorrow. We have the Swiss National Bank rate decision being released at 3:30 a.m. Eastern. The consensus is they're going to hold rates at 0.00%. Then at 4 a.m. Eastern, we have the European Central Bank publishes their monthly report for December. Of course, that will affect the euro. Numbers have already been released, so most likely this publication won't amount to much from a market standpoint. Then at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we have the advanced retail sales for November being released. They're showing projecting a slight increase from a negative 0.3% up to a positive 0.4%. Then at 6:50 p.m. Eastern, we have the Japanese releasing their large manufacturing outlook for the fourth quarter. Consensus on that is that it has dropped fairly significantly from a -3 down to a -9. So it could be negative news for the Japanese yen. Now let's talk about our ranges for this next session. If we go over to the U.S.-Japanese yen pair, let's get on the day time frame so we can get a little bit closer to the market. This, by the way, had, if you noticed, a triple top to a large extent. Did break out of that for those of you that trade the point and figure system, which point and figure is a great breakout and long-term trend system. You probably caught that to the upside and either closed it out here or at least gone to break even and looking for it to run. But nonetheless, we are looking for it to potentially go as high as 83.87, possibly as low as 82.21. Look for some resistance around 83.50 and look for some support at 82.85. Now the Euro USD pair, looking for it to move up to 131.74, possibly down to 129.50. Look for some resistance at 131.25 and look for some support around 129.75. Of course, we talked about earlier our reversal play on this particular pair. So look for that to occur if prices start to break down. Now the pound US dollar pair, let's look for it to go as high as 162.15, possibly as low as 160.56. Look for some resistance around 161.75 and look for some support around 160.95. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed down during this last session. pretty much tagged, didn't quite get there, but came right into previous support, pulled up just a little bit to close. Overall down for the day. Look for it to potentially go as high on a reversal up to 0.9357, possibly as low as 0.9183. Look for some resistance around 0.9315 and look for some support around 0.9235. All right, well, that pretty much wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.